5, 4, 3, 2, 1, push the button. That's what I had to do. I just had something I had to say, and as I sit here outside thinking about it and wanting to say it, sometimes that's the hardest thing, is just pushing the button. But here I am, and I wanted to talk to you guys about the differences between being self-employed and being an entrepreneur. They're both great. They both have their pluses, right? Frankly, being an employee has its plus. We know this. I mean, there's nothing like just being able to show up at a job and knowing that you can count on a check every 2 weeks or something. But people get tired of the rat race, and they get tired of making money for somebody else all the time. And so we've got these awesome people out there, and in my case, I'm talking to you ladies because I know you ladies are awesome. Thank you, Trevor. And I just think that you guys work really hard, and you want to work yourself out of this rat race. So you're looking at life and thinking, how could I make this a business of my own? And so one of the things that you're confronted with, and most of us start out this way, is in this self-employed role, right? So you start out in the self-employed role, and you're looking at your job. Let's say I got let's see, Stephanie's on here. Imagine me, Mathany. She's awesome. She decided at some point in her life, I'm assuming, to get out of the rat race. And forgive me for pointing you out and making you the example, but you hopped on. Get out of the rat race and do something on her own with her sisters. I assume the business is with your sisters, and they opened a dance studio. How awesome is that, right? These are women that felt empowered to go out and realize they could do making the money for themselves and not be giving it away to somebody else. And I think that is the vision that we start getting when we decide we're going to be self-employed. We decide we're not going to be working on somebody else's terms. We're going to be the ones writing the rules, writing the schedule, and keeping the money at the end of the day. Now, that's got some challenges that come with it. You ladies out there that are now self-employed, you know, now you're not just doing the jobs, but you're out there getting the jobs. And that is a challenge in itself. You're out there marketing for your business, and you're every day in a position. Every time you talk to somebody now, you're essentially the face of your company and a salesperson for your company, even if your job itself isn't sales. Miss Stephanie is a dance instructor. Her job is teaching my little girl tap and jazz, and she's phenomenal at it. But every time she goes out, she's the face of her business. And essentially now, as soon as you're self-employed, you're a salesperson. Let's take a doctor, for example. I see a naturopathic doctor. And he has to, every day, sell his services. He's got to be kind to the people he talks to. He's got to make them feel invited and welcome. His position now is always on the record. And given how Google reviews is, anybody can know what you're doing. So if they like you, they'll tell people. And if they don't like you, heaven forbid, because the word gets around. And another great thing about, being self-employed is that you're in that position to really make or break it. You're a great person. That word's going to get around as well. But let's look at the difference between the naturopathic doctor that I might see locally versus the naturopathic doctor that is available online, like Dr. Axe. So when we think of Dr. Axe, he is everywhere. He's on Facebook, and he's on YouTube, and I'm just pulling him as an example. You see him on Instagram. He's probably got an Instagram TV channel already, right? He's going to be one of the first and forerunners of this. The difference between the two is he has learned how to duplicate his efforts. He's out there, he's created a brand, he's created a name, and he's working the job. But he's to the point, he's probably not seeing clients anymore. He's out there creating YouTube videos and educating the masses, and he's making it work for his business and passing it around and duplicating this effort every day. And that is genius. The difference now between the self-employed person and the entrepreneur. And I've heard this recently in a few different places, and that's why I was out here in this nice sunny yard mulling it over. The difference is the self-employed person will always be working their business. Every day they go to work, and as long as they show up and they put the hours in, they will get paid. Generally, they could create a decent business out of it. The difference is when you're an entrepreneur, you're putting yourself specifically, there's a helicopter up there, specifically in the position where you're working yourself out of a job. You are working it so that eventually you're not the one that has to work every hour on your business, or the hours that you're spent working are on your business and not as the one providing the service of your business. So, Miss Stephanie, I'll use you as an example again if you're still on here. Miss Stephanie has other teachers now that can teach in her dance class, and she can maintain the books of her business. I don't know what she does exactly with her business, but I know she does a great job with teaching my girls. But I just am saying that gives you the opportunity now to take it to the next level. She's not just a dance teacher. She's a business owner and entrepreneur, and she could work herself out of that situation. A few great books that I've read recently that I think would benefit somebody in this situation that wants to take that leap. Real estate agent. I saw a real estate agent hop on here, for example. Or the dance instructor, or goodness, you could be a CPA or a doctor, and this is still going to pertain to you. Somebody like, I'm thinking of all the jobs I see that you guys are doing, that I know that you guys are doing, if you're friends of mine. If you've taken the leap from being an employee to self-employed, and now you want to take it that step further to be the entrepreneur, a few really great books. 4-Hour Work Week, love that one. It's classic. It's been around for a while. Another one I really love is, what did I just say? The 4-Hour Work Week, The Magic of Thinking Big. And another one is The 4-Year Career. All three of those will give you an idea of how to take that self-employed mindset, which is what has given you the freedom to leave the world of the employee, and it'll help you now evolve it into being the entrepreneur, the one that takes it to the next level, that you've built instead of just a business where you're working and providing the service, that you're building the empire that allows you to step back from it, possibly even pursue an entirely different path at some point, and it still runs without you there. That's a beautiful thing. That's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. That's what I'm attempting to do with my business. Is we've built these amazing teams up, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It's really a transition for me too, from being the employee that I was in a health food store to working in a network marketing business. And in the beginning, you really still feel like you're self-employed, because every person you speak to and every time you help somebody get started, it's really just you. But as you start building up teams and developing these teams of people and helping them to get on board doing the same thing you're doing, duplicating the efforts that you're doing, you get to turn that corner into an entrepreneur. I felt like in my Young Living business, where the corner really turned was when they have several ranks, and their first leadership rank is called Silver. I felt like that's where I started to turn that corner. I would love, as I keep working through it, because I feel like this is still a journey I'm on, I feel like these leadership ranks, as you work through them, that's just the beginning for me, where you hit that, where you finally got a team of people you're working with that you can love on, and you all have this same vision that you're working for. But at this point, I know I wouldn't just be able to step away from it. There's times where I certainly have had to take off. My health hasn't been the greatest, not now, but there's been moments in my life where I've gone through that, or, hey, it's time for me to really buckle down and get homeschooling. We're a group of moms making this happen. So, hey, we get each other. We understand each other. We know. And they're not even all moms. Some of these are women. Some of these are missionaries. Some of these are people working full-time jobs in some cases, but we're all working together to make this happen. But I could see along that same line, and no matter what multi-level marketing company you're in or entrepreneur business that you're growing, you could see this. You have a goal in mind of where you need to hit, where you could say, okay, at that point, if I wanted, I could take a step back. I could take a step back. It would run forever without me. It would be something that I could pass on to my kids if I wanted to, and it would still keep growing. That would be amazing. And for me, that position is like a diamond in Young Living, somebody who knows that it'll keep growing. And I think that they've developed network marketing companies, especially the one I'm in, to fit that, so that you could see the potential to growth as you go along, and you have the training from others as well. I'm a huge fan, if you can't tell, of network marketing, because there's no end to the amount of training that you're going to get for free from the people that are either upline, sideline, crossline to you, motivated to help you succeed. And I love that. But I think all entrepreneur businesses have that potential. There's always somebody out there that's rooting for you, and learning how to duplicate your efforts is the way to get there. That is the difference between self-employed and an entrepreneur, is duplicating your efforts so that eventually you could step back. So what are you going to do? Where are you at on this? Are you an employee? Are you self-employed? Are you an entrepreneur? What's your goal? Where are you trying to get to? I would love to hear from each and every one of you. I think business is amazing. I have my own business. My husband's actually one of my employees. He has another side business he does. He's also an employee. I mean, it's hard in this day and age to just choose one. So where are you at? I'd love to hear from you guys. Send me some information in your comments, or message me on the side, and let me know what you're doing. In the meantime, mamas, women, girl bosses, mom babes, mompreneurs, whatever you are out there, I love you, and I wish you the best on this sunny day. Bye.